Hi, my name is Dwayne Martinez. I'm the manager of Animal Control here in Alamogordo, New Mexico. I've been fortunate enough to be asked to kind of touch base on how the shelter is run today compared to it was 10 years ago. There's been big changes, and a lot of it comes with community and the techniques we've learned over the years. It's been a really positive thing over the last 10 years since I've been here, and things that we've been able to do at the shelter for the animals. The biggest things as far as our operations, we do have a lot more volunteers coming in and helping out with the actual cleaning of the facility, getting the dogs walked, interacting with the animals so they don't go stir crazy within the shelter. The services that we provide for people here has actually gotten really good with some of the, as I call it, animal policing that techniques that we've learned. It's more educating the public about animal laws than it is enforcing them, and with a heavy hand. A lot of people in the community don't understand the laws here within the state of New Mexico or the city of Alamogordo. So we've gone and made sure that when we go out calls daily, that the officers explain to them what the animal calls and policies and ordinance are for the city, because they might not know. They don't know that there may be a leash law, or you can't have your animals running off, through your front yard without a fenced-in area. So instead of hammering them with a ticket right away, we'll educate them and tell them this is what the city policies are, and it's really helped out as far as getting the citizens to understand what the animal laws are in the city of Alamogordo. Local rescues and fosters, we've been able to keep the animals here a lot longer as far as an animal control officer. We house and feed the animals daily, we interact with them daily, and then if we can't get them adopted and we get full, then we have to euthanize, and that's hard on the officers after they've bonded with the animals. So by working with the rescues here in the city, we've been able to hold the animals a lot longer with this process. Our out the door rate is what we call it. That means being rescued, returned to owner, or adopted to a new family. We work very hard with the rescues. My officers work very hard. I can't take the credit. The credit goes to my officers. I've got some really good officers that care for the well-being of the animals on a daily basis. It's a tough job, but it's a very rewarding job if you're an animal lover. We take pride in our shelter here. I don't know if anybody's never seen the shelter, please come by. It's a good shelter to work for. I enjoy working here. It's a great facility. As far as sponsoring, we have a lot of local sponsors that will come in and put donations down towards the animal. We have private citizens that don't want to be recognized, but they'll come down and they'll put $50, $100, $200 down towards rescuing an animal, getting them out of here to pay for part of the spay and neuter or shots, whatever it takes to get the animal back out. So we've had a lot of great help from a lot of local rescues, a lot of local volunteers, a lot of private citizens. It helps us on a daily basis. It's a big operation. A lot of money spent on just the shelter itself, feeding the shelter, feeding the animals here in the shelter, supplies. It's a big operation. Probably the most challenging part for an animal control officer is, you're on the streets daily, you're having to answer calls, whether it be a barking dog, frustrated citizens that may have a barking dog that barks all night long. You want to make sure that the animals are safe. That's our biggest thing, is making sure that the animals are always safe. When it comes to the animals out there on the streets, is having to take an animal abuse case. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It does occur here within the city. Sometimes it's not so good. That's probably one of the hardest things that they have to do. The most rewarding part is reuniting the animals back with their families, so we can get them to other locations for them to possibly be adopted out to a forever home. There's no other place besides a pet store where you can go, you know what, it's been a stressful day, I'm going to go to the back and I get to go walk a dog, or I'm going to go play with a dog, and we're going to bring one up here and let it run around and get to play with it. we're the only job that you get to do that, or besides the zoo. But I mean, a lot of the animals at the zoo, I mean, you can't get into their their cages, but here we can with our animals. We get to play with them, interact with them. Are there times that it gets stressful? Absolutely. And those are the ones I also touched on, when you have to go do the abuse investigations. I get great support from within the city. My bosses, all the way up to the city manager, they support us. They're always trying to make sure that we have what we need. It's not anybody's fault that we may fall short as far as our budget. That's just the way it is, and how sometimes the government works. But the more grants we can obtain, the better off we are. But as far as rewarding, it's a very rewarding career. I've been doing this, right around 10 years, and I enjoy every moment of it. I don't see myself doing anything else.